Hi everyone, today Pete and I want to talk about the disparity in health between men and women, and we particularly want to focus on women's health around age 40 and a little bit before maybe, and definitely after. So if you're a woman that's going through perimenopause and menopause and you suffer from hormonal havoc, I want to share some really big truths with you and stories that you don't hear from your doctor or from anyone else. So let's talk about it. You can't sleep properly, you suffer from brain fog, your memory feels like it's got big holes in it. You're putting on weight even though you're not really eating anymore. In fact, you might be eating less, but the weight just still keeps creeping on. You've lost your libido, you kind of lose your edge, right? And things that you used to do easily that were just, you could do them on autopilot, you can't do that anymore. These are all signs of menopause and perimenopause, and that your hormones are out of whack. So we want to show you what you can do about it. And the disparity, well, let me tell you a comparison. Let's say you're experiencing all of this and you go to the doctor, even if it's a female doctor, and she might say, well, it's all in your head. Here are some antidepressants. Well, what else can you expect? You're 45 or you're 50 or you're 55. It just goes with the territory and so on. Basically, you're fobbed off, right?
That's normal.
That's right. And you just have to cope with it. And then some of my pet hates are like the synthetic hormones that women are given that are very dangerous, right? You shouldn't be taking them. Anyway, so just let's say by comparison, imagine if the entire male population got a medical castration at age 40. Just imagine that, let's say you're a boy or a bloke, you turn 40 or 45, and they take away your testicles, right? So immediately now, you've lost your libido, you've lost your drive, you've lost excitement, everything in your body comes crashing down. And that would be equivalent to having a medically induced male menopause. That would never happen, right? Nobody would allow that to happen. They would never say, oh, try some antidepressants, here's some antidepressants, it's all normal, what can you expect? Imagine if that happened, right? And there wouldn't be any testosterone left. There would be like a global crisis immediately. The big pharma would fall over itself to handle the crisis, to come up with a solution. And in fact, they've done that because apparently there are 300 medically approved drugs for men for like lack of testosterone, erectile dysfunction, and all kinds of problems that the male species suffer from. Now, I'm not talking here about discrimination. I'm talking that women who have serious problems should be equally treated with, deep interest, which is what I'm sharing here.
Quite often the research that's been done has been done on males, not females as well. So that's
and how can that even happen, by the way, right? So there are over 300 FDA-approved drugs for men's midlife symptoms, including testosterone replacement, erectile dysfunction, prostate health, and mood. Well, don't get me wrong, men still suffer often from hormonal imbalances as well, more and more so. But those problems are seen as like a serious health issue, whereas for women it's just fobbed off. So women are given antidepressants, you can talk in a minute, hormone blockers, birth control pills, like long after they're overdue. Some women are like on a series of birth control pills, all to control their hormones. In the meantime, it's like destroying all their internal systems because it creates a whole cascade of damage on the inside. So the good news is, you can say the good news. No. So the good news is that Pete and I, we know the root cause of menopausal and hormonal problems, and they like way more simple than you think. You're disappearing out of the picture, Pete. So like, do you want to take over then? Real cause?
The real cause, one of the most prevalent things that people are doing now is overconsumption of vegetable seed oils, and omega-6 vegetable oil
Just keep it simple.
linoleic acid is creating most chronic disease, but it also is the cause of damaging our cell membranes, causing a lot of inflammation in our bodies, and it will last in your body for over 2 years. And it'll be disrupting the cell membranes so they can't work properly, it causes most chronic inflammation. Next thing is missing minerals. There's hardly any minerals and trace minerals in our soils, particularly in Australia, but lots of areas throughout the world. So we've been told salt's bad for us, but that's minerals and trace minerals. They've been washed out of our soil, so we need to actually replace those on a daily basis and large amounts. We've always told people a quarter teaspoon of pure unrefined salt for every litre of water drunk, but it can be more. We've read articles. Toxic overload of plastics, insecticides, herbicides, glyphosate being a major one, it should be banned worldwide. It's banned in some countries, but not in Australia. Then there's all the things that cause mimicking estrogen products. Soy is one of them. There's all the plastics. The sea, the oceans are full of plastic. So that's why we go with Himalayan salt rather than today's sea salt, because there's a lot of microplastics in today's sea, and that's disrupting hormones everywhere. There's a lot of hormone disruptors in lots of hand washes.
Makeup, personal care products.
Personal care products are full of them. And
you're disappearing out of here. No. I'm
right.
Yeah.
The thing about the cell membranes, they're made up of oil. So when we consume those plant-based plant seed oils, they form part of the membrane, and they are oxidizing those membranes all the time and causing inflammation.
Can I just say something? So the cell membranes, we're made up of trillions of cells. They have an innate intelligence. They know when to open, to let sugar in or insulin or and energy out and all the rest. So when we eat the toxic oils, the cell membranes they just get messed up. They lose the plot, and so you're losing energy, diabetes, all the epidemic of everything that we see, including hormonal upsets, is foundationally to do with the bad seed oils. That, in our opinion, that's culprit number one. I mean, we talk about plastic and all the other things as well, but if you can remove them from your diet, that is where you need to start, right? And so
50 years ago, the average person made 1% of their calories from omega-6. And nowadays, the average person is making 25% of the calories from omega-6 because they're in every processed food.
Also, in those days, you didn't see that many women with menopausal problems, did you?
Not really.
Because now it's every woman, nearly, or every second woman, and even when you go through menopause, before that, life hasn't been easy for women either, because women have period pain or they have endometriosis. It's all the same thing, right?
And
so
we're subject to as many toxins these days in one day as my grandparents were their whole lifetime.
That's right.
And that's all the chemicals and everything. They're still being produced. New chemicals,
and combinations are invented every day and unleashed on us. So let's say you're feeling crook and your body's telling you something isn't working, and you go to the doctor, they do all the blood tests, and the doctor says, well, everything is normal. And then, like I said, it's suggested to you to take antidepressants, avoid meat fats, avoid red meat, take low fat this and that.
Your cholesterol is above 4, so they say you've got high cholesterol, but guess what? Hormones are made up of lots of cholesterol, so you need to have good hormones, you need lots of good cholesterol.
And they tell you not to have cream and butter, and to have margarine, which is just one tiny little micro. What is it? molecule away from plastic. So basically they're telling a woman to make a healthy body like a living temple out of plastic, right?
And then there's dehydration. I dare to say that most people are chronically dehydrated. And it's probably not because they forget to drink water, but
it's a survival mechanism.
It can be a survival mechanism of the body not wanting to
unleash the toxins into the bloodstream.
Flush all those toxins throughout the body.
Because what happens when you start drinking, you induce a natural detox. But if you're like very, very toxic because you're eating all the wrong foods, the wrong oils and you're mineral deficient and all the rest, that's going to immediately induce a detox reaction, and your body knows, well, Grada can't be detoxing today because she has like clients to see, or you have to go to work, or you have your appointments and your obligations, and it's never convenient to have a detox. So let's just keep the body in dehydration mode. So the more stressed and traumatized you are, the more dehydrated you become, and the less you even feel like drinking water. have you ever felt like you've drunk a glass of water because you know you need to do that, but now you feel sick? It literally makes you feel nauseous.
Plus the stress side of life. Our society is, most people are stressed to the hilt, and that dehydrates. We use up magnesium, and all the different minerals in the body are depleted, and we're just not working properly.
That's right. So last week we had like 3 women come into the cafe, all lovely, intelligent, beautiful women, and they wanted coffee with soy milk, and then we had to say, sorry, we don't offer soy milk in the cafe, and then because it's unhealthy. And each one of those women, they all had the same story. They said, well, I used to believe soy milk was unhealthy, but now I know that it's healthy, blah, blah, blah. And so we constantly get misled. It's like you're doing a spiral of where you learn about this stuff, and then people go back to old science that's been disproven many times, but probably some influencers come along and say, oh, soy milk's good for you. And so these women actually claimed that once they started on soy milk, they felt better, right? The reason people feel better initially is because the body goes into shock, literally goes into toxic shock from these wrong oils or estrogen mimicking products that get flogged on us, and it releases adrenaline, and from the shock, so the adrenaline gives you an immediate pick-me-up when you've had no energy before, puts a little bit of money in your credit card, so you think, oh yeah, see, it's working, and your brain is overriding your body. But we don't serve soy oil because it's full of toxins, it's full of bad oils, and it's not fermented soy that the Japanese women eat, right? It's far from it.
Plus, farmers used to feed their pigs soy before humans started eating it to fatten them, because it suppresses the thyroid, which sets your metabolism and is very good for hormonal control.
So that's right. So soy milk contains fake estrogens. It will suppress your thyroid and many other things that Peter just said. So don't use them. We absolutely don't, we're not advocates of HRT or any of those kind of products that are made from pregnant mares. So the pregnant mares in the stables are kept pregnant all the time and dehydrated to produce HRT. But over time,
which is collected from the urine.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. But so then it's turned into HRT, and over time, Pete and I, we used to do a lot of massages 25 years ago when HRT was really big and trendy. And we could literally tell that women's tissue changed. So instead of being soft and whatever, luscious or whatever, it literally turned hard, right? So it was harder to massage. So
like horseflesh.
Well, anyway, look, we have seen a lot of trends come and go, and we have also seen there was a whole epidemic of women on HRT who died from uterine and breast cancers. These products come with a risk that you need to research yourself, right? You need to be your own doctor and do your own research, because information is power, or knowledge is power, I should say, and ignorance is pain and suffering, right?
Your liver is responsible to break down hormones. So if you've got a tremendous amount of hormones floating around the body creating havoc, then get your liver healthier. And the way to do that, to get that liver getting rid of waste and breaking down hormones, is to make it digest fats. That's its job, is to...
Yeah.
So start eating good fats, and
good
then
fats of butter, ghee, coconut oil,
meat fats,
cream.
But opening up the bile duct so it gets rid of the bile is also a good idea, because otherwise those toxins, which makes up the bile, are still floating around in your body. And beet flow, which is one product we've got which everyone would benefit from, men and women, but particularly if you want to get your hormone control under control, then supplement with beet flow so the liver can get rid of the toxins properly and break down hormones.
Also coming in for healing session, when Peter and I do healing sessions, we can get rid of the toxins from your body through the energy field, so that saves you getting a detox reaction, and we can also reset your body with healthy energy, so wipe the slate clean. And of course we do that all day, every day, like every week. So people feel the benefit immediately, right? It's just absolutely amazing. So that gives you like a little bit of a head start in life, so you don't need to, you know, wait for 3 years to get rid of those toxic oils from your body, who have a half-life of 2 or 3 years, right? Which, like, who can afford to take a detox, whatever, start a detox, something or other, that's going to take 2 or 3 years. We want it today, we want it yesterday, don't we? So book in for a healing session with Peter and me. And then also we have a recipe, which is like a hormone balancing, boosting recipe, like a smoothie for women in particular. And I've put it here in the article, which I'll attach below the Facebook Live. One of the key ingredients it was here, but maybe I didn't bring it. Oh yeah. So gelatin is really, really good for, it's a good building block, right? And it's very cheap. Yeah. One packet like this is only like $24. So it contains a scoop of that, it contains maca powder, it contains
cacao,
the raw cacao,
which is full of magnesium.
Exactly. The vital all-in-one.
Chia seeds.
And other yummies, coming to have, and minerals, right? So the recipe is here, so you can do that at home. So then if you feel...
Maca has actually been used for centuries by the South American indigenous people to give them good hormones. So they usually are very happy people.
That's right, happy wife. Alright, so Anna's wild yam cream is another really great one. So that's got wild yam in it, as well as chaste tree, right? And you just rub a little bit on the inside of your arms, or on the soft tissue, so it gets absorbed. That's a really, really great hormone balancer as well. And of course, it's on the outside, so that's easy to do. You start with a little bit and then you slowly build it up. That works really, really well.
We've listened to a compounding chemist, Dr. Carol Peterson, who says that no one really needs estrogen. What they need is progesterone. And the Anna's Wild Yam Cream is a plant-based progesterone cream.
It's $69, so like it lasts you for ages, and it works really, really well. It's good for mental, but we're focusing on women, and seeing that guys already have 300 products on the market, we should focus on the women. Alright, so of course iodine. Iodine is absolutely vitally important. Without iodine, you're still lost at sea no matter what you do.
That can go in the smoothie.
Or you can rub it on your skin. Start with 5 drops and, gradually build up to 10. The Tasmanian government, if you go on the website, that it tells you that every Tasmanian is iodine deficient. So, that we just took that from the Tasmanian government website. So, also there are really good products. So these are complexes, and that means they are like a very balanced supplement. This one, I take this myself. I love this one. It's got enzymes in it, all the enzymes your body needs, herbal products.
So you can take one each meal and it'll help with the digestive process as well.
That's right. And then it's got vitamins and minerals on top of it. So this is a wonderful product. It's only $47. It's got 120 capsules. And this one is if you're also suffering from stress and anxiety. It's very similar to the Aura Life, and it also has enzymes in it. It's really wonderful. Of course, everyone needs magnesium, and that goes without saying. Everyone needs it in this form, by the way, along with the iodine.
And
NAC.
NAC is a product to help unclog
The liver.
Fat stored in the liver, which we all have if we've been brought up eating carbohydrates. Which most of us have been in the Western world.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you're 40, your health starts to decline very quickly. That's just what Mother Nature designed to make you make room for the next generation. But you can stop the process completely, of course, can't you? By having the right mindset, working with your energy, following the dietary guidance that Pete and I give you, cutting out all the bad fats. And so, in my opinion, life gets better every decade, right? So my 50s were better than my 40s, and my 60s are way better than my 50s. And that is the gift, the real gift in getting older, and we get more mature. And we are here to share our sacred wisdom that we've built from our lives, experiences. Like, we've all been through the school of life, and we are here to we don't even have to actively share it with our kids or your community. It's just the frequency that it's created in your body that ripples out into your community. So it's very important that you stay alive for as long as possible with all your faculties intact, and that you're building and adding and enriching your own life, right? And that will ripple out into your children, grandchildren, or your community, or the universe at large. Whereas we all know that, society has created some kind of structure that wants to get rid of older people, right? We just get shoved in a corner, and it's as if old people have no value. And old, by people that are 45 and older, right? There's even a name for it. People 50 and over enter the death zone. You can actually Google that. And so, of course, it's up to you to be in charge of your life and to completely change that around. Because other research has shown that people in their 60s and 70s, they're the most productive years of your life. And the second most productive years of your life were between 70 and 80. And the third most productive years of your life were between,
50 and 60.
50 and 60. So, which is incredible. Nobody tells you that, but this is true because you've got all that richness inside your body, and inside your consciousness.
There is literature there saying we should be able to live till about 130.
Exactly. So I want to encourage you to focus on that. Focus on, the golden chapters of your life, where you feel happy and fulfilled. You've learned all your lessons, many of your lessons, I should say. And you're here to share those gifts with your loved ones in the world. So invest in yourself, right? And make yourself the most important person in your life. Also, Pete and I will be doing a lunch and learn again, not this week, but next week. So I think that's the 16th of August. I will be doing a lunch and learn at the Purple House kitchen with a group of people where you get to eat delicious lunch. So the details will be also in the article. Please book your seat, because usually it fills up really quick, doesn't it? I'm going to show you some hands-on techniques that I can't share with you on the internet. to balance your own hormones instantly, right? I've got all these really good tricks and health hacks in my toolbox. So I'm going to share some of those with you, and it's going to be inspiring and interesting, and of course you'll feel amazing when you leave. So that's the purpose of our Lunch and Learn, to empower you to have a great life. Anyway, thank you everyone for listening, and we really appreciate you being in our community. Please share this article with your loved ones and read it, take time to read it and digest it, and just write in a little notebook where you think you are sabotaging your own health, or what are you doing really to create good health, and be proud of yourself if you do. If you're stuck somewhere, please come and see us. We are open Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and the kitchen is also open on Saturday. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye for now.